with a Mexican girl. My time would find me in Rosa's cantina. Music would play and Felino would whirl. Blacker than night were the eyes of Felina, wicked and evil while casting her spell. My love was deep for this Mexican maiden, was in love but in vain I could tell. One night a wild young cowboy came in, wild as the West Texas wind. Dashing and daring, a drink he was sharing with wicked Felina, the girl that I loved. So in anger I challenged his right for the love of this maiden, with his hand for the gun that he bore. My challenge was answered in less than a heartbeat. Some young stranger lay dead on the floor. Just for a moment I stood there in silence, shocked by the foul evil deed I had done. Many thoughts raced through my mind as I stood there. I had but one chance and that was to run. So out through the back door of Rosa's I ran, out where the horses were tied. I caught a good one, it looked like it could run. Up on its back and away I did run, just as fast as I could from the West Texas town of El Paso to the badlands of New Mexico. Back in El Paso my life would be worse. Everything's gone and my gut is dead. It's been so long since I've seen the young maiden. My love is stronger than my hero girl. I saddled up and away I did go, riding alone in the dark. Maybe tomorrow a bullet will find me, but nothing's worse than this pain in my heart. And at last, on the hill overlooking El Paso, I can see Rosa's cantina below. My love is strong and it pushes me onward, and off the hill to Felina I go. But off to my right I see 5 mounted cowboys, off to my left ride a dozen or more. Shouting and shooting I can't let them catch me, I have to make it to Rosa's back door. But something is definitely wrong, for I feel a burning pain in my side. Oh, I am trying to stay in the saddle, I'm getting weary, unable to ride. When my love for Felina is strong and I rise where I fall, oh, I am weary, I can't stop to yell. I see the white puff of smoke from the rifle, I feel the bullet go deep in my chest. From out of nowhere Felina has found me, and see my shield as she kneels by my side. Cradled by 2 loving arms and I'll die for one little kiss and Felina goodbye. This is nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sunbake. All of those tours covered with oil, strumming my 6th string on the front porch swing. Smell of the shrimp and beginning the morning. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Yes, I'm searching for my lost sugar song. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. Don't know the reason I stayed here all season. Nothing to show but this brand new tattoo.
Where is it, John?
It's a real beauty, a Mexican beauty. How it got here, I haven't a clue. It's time. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Searching for my lost sugar song. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame. Now I think, well, it could be my fault. I blew out my flip-flop. I stepped on a pop-top. I cut my heel, had to cruise on that home. But there's booze in the blender, and soon it will render. And that throws in the cauldron that helps me home. Wasting away again in Margaritaville. Here we go! Searching for my lost sugar song. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Yes, and some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know, what you know, it's my own damn fault. Now, I can't see. These are my across the river neighbors over here. Jamie Siebert. I can't see them. Can't y'all move over a little?
I like how she just pushed.
There's Jamie. That's his wife Bobby and her brother Rob. Fine member of our local sheriff's department, and he's not. And you notice he's not drinking because he's the sheriff, you know. Bobby went to Purdue, and Jamie's a Michigan fan. So they'll love this song since it's sung at every Ohio State game. I said, hang on, Sloopy, Sloopy, hang on. I said, hang on, Sloopy, Sloopy, hang on. Sloopy lives in a very bad part of town. And everybody, yeah, tries to put my Sloopy down. Sloopy, I don't care what you gotta do. 'Cause you know, Sloopy girl, I'm in love with you. So I sing out, yeah, hang on, Sloopy, Sloopy, hang on. Hang on, Sloopy, Sloopy, hang on. Now this verse got the song into the Library of Congress. It's the most complex, deep, poetic, intrinsic verse of all time. This thing is so complicated. Sloopy, let your hair down. Let it hang down on me.
I would if I could.
I said, Shane, let your hair down, but not on me. Oh, Sloopy, let your hair down. Let it hang down on me. feels so good. Oh, it feels so right. Well, the shake it, Sloopy. I said the shake it, yeah. Folks, give it up for these Balladeers who trekked up here and how great they are. These guys have other gigs tonight, believe it or not. Shane Douglas especially, what a phenom he is. And Mickey, you playing tonight?
No, I'm heading back to my boat.
Oh, okay. But
I'm on the lake.
I'm gonna do a little solo set here just in a sec for y'all folks who are kind to stay around. I really appreciate it. And y'all can all move now. The shade is here. This is that part of the day I was talking about. October of last year, I had an emergency appendectomy, and I could not get well from it. Surgeon said I was fine, kept telling me it's just going to take time. I was sick as a dog, and this went on for a month. Losing weight, feeling terrible, and I couldn't get the surgeon's attention about it. And I was at my daughter Katie's house in Nashville on a Tuesday night. I'll never forget it because I had a mediation to conduct the next day. I was so sick I could not get out of the chair, and yet I was insisting that I was going to do this mediation. Well, my daughter Katie and JJ, her husband, God bless them, they muscled me into the car and took me to St. Thomas Midtown in Nashville, where I was diagnosed with a bowel obstruction, and they pretty much attributed it to that surgery. And I was 3 days and nights on my back with no food, no water, a tube up my nose, down into my stomach as they tried to get this thing to work. And I got to, I'll never forget, it was Thursday night, I got so low, I was convinced it was I'd never see Thanksgiving with my kids. I'd never see Christmas. I'd never see another New Year. I was just convinced, you know. I've just never been that sick in my life. I can't even describe it. But Lord God is just so gracious. And I started thinking, you know what? I said, Lord just put this on my heart. It was like, no one's guaranteed a minute. No one's guaranteed a second. And I just felt him speak to me. Be thankful for the time you've been given. Because we have a classmate who was killed. How old was Gail? 7. She wasn't that old. 16. You know, and we all know people who have had much shorter lives than any of us. So the Lord inspired me to write this song. Lord, thank you for the time. Praise the Lord, I saw Thanksgiving with my kids, I saw Christmas with my kids, and I saw another New Year. And I think it's appropriate for my birthday. So, but I wrote this song, and I give the Lord the credit for this song. It was truly an inspirational thing, and it's called Lord, Thank You for the Time. Another year has come and gone, and Lord, you've blessed me once again to see another old year out and another new year. How many more will I be granted? How many more will be mine? It's not for me to know, but Lord, thank you for the time. Time with Mom and Dad, and all those precious times we had. Time with brother, sister too. Time with my love, oh so true. Time with all my kids. Time with my friends and all my kin. Lord, thank you once again. How long one's life will be is such a mystery. But no matter how long one lives, this life on earth is but a mist. So I yearn to make it last, because it goes so fast. So till those golden stairs I climb, Lord, thank you for the time with Mom and Dad, and all those precious times we had. Time with brother, sister too, time with my love, oh so true. Time with all my kids, time with my friends and all my kin. Lord, thank you once again. Until those golden stairs I climb, Lord, thank you for the time. Thank you so much.
Where's your husband?
Joe! There's my son Joe. Look at here. Before y'all leave, I'm going to have Molly come up and do one more song, and I'm going to have Joe do a song.
All right. Woo. Don't shake your head. No, you're going to.
I'm often asked, as I was today, you know, when folks know I'm a Marty Robbins fan, what's your favorite song of his? And I say it and they've never heard of it because it was never released as a single. But he grew up in abject poverty on the Arizona desert, literally living in shacks on the desert. And this is his most poetic, beautiful song. I know we gleaned it from those days. It's called Man Walks Among Us. What a powerful lesson it has. Warm are the winds on the desert. The whirlwind is dancing around. I stopped to survey all the beauty that's here when a shadow moves out across the ground. It's an eagle that circles above me, and he screams to his friends on the hill, stay close together, move not a feather, for man walks among us. Be still, be still, man walks among us. Be still. Everything hides, but I see them. Spotted an old mother quail. I look close and see, looking right back at me, the eyes of a young cottontail. I see a coyote sneaking as he crawls through the brush on the hill, and the eagle screams down, stay close to the ground, for man walks among us. Be still, be still, man walks among us. Be still. 20 feet high in the side of a cactus, I see a hole where the butcher bird stays. If mortals could choose, and if heaven should ask us, here's where I'd want to spend all of my days. but soon will be gone all the deserts. Cities will cover each hill. Today will just be a fond memory, for man walks amongst. Be still, be still. Man walks amongst. Be still. Thank you. What a gorgeous song. Molly B.
Yeah.
Paula wants you to come up here and sing a song for her.
Yay! All right. Let's hear it for Molly.
Let me hear you, Johnaroo. Come on. We're only getting started. There's 3 more bands. I'm just kidding. Johnaroo! We've already had 1 bra fly through the air. I'd say this festival was a success.
They don't fly every day.
Delta's ready when you are.
Who is?
Delta.
Delta. Ready to fly.
It's Johnaroo, baby. Stay careful. Hey, what stays in Johnaroo? What happens in Johnaroo stays in Johnaroo. What goes cross country stays cross country. What happens in Sparta stays in Sparta.
And sleeping tight. Your lips are moving, my head's spinning on you. When did you start fitting into my world? I'm just waiting for him to find the music. I'm sorry.
Sound check.
Just a sound check. Johnny B turned 70. Did you guys say it to him yet like I asked you to? Who said it? Who said it? Anybody? How old is he? Let me hear it. How old's Johnny B?
70% of what
I say John. You say Roo. Wait, Johnaroo? All right. So this song is called Country Roads.
all you folks John Denver to the moon. Hey, watch that.
Sing along encouraged. See if I get it right. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. Alright, so that part was the part you're supposed to sing. You have to sing it, that part, Country Roads, okay? Ready? All my memories gather around her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home, louder, to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. I hear her voice in the morning hours. She calls me. Radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Mountain mama, take me home, country roads. Thank you. I've tried. I sure tried. I'd like to introduce to you, born on the 8th day of October, second of his name, Joe Terrell Blankenship. As he's known across the country. Joe Terrell, everyone.
Thanks, Molly, that was good.
Terrell, same thing?
Oh, Terrell. Yeah, Joe.
You go either way. I have the
Joseph
white
Terrell.
version of it. It's
Terrell.
Something fresh.
I'm named after my maternal grandfather, John Terrell Holloway,
like Terrell.
and Joe's named after me in a way.
Terrell.
Joe and Joey Molly's original stuff she writes, isn't that great? Well, this little boy of mine is a songwriting fool. He is awesome. I want him to do original tune for you.
The original. Okay.
Joe.
He's asking me for Is this happening? Okay. Well, when I think of an original song for my dad, I have to think of the first song I ever wrote, and it sounds a lot like my dad. So you're going to hear a song that sounds like me, my dad, and of course Marty Robbins, because Dad, he sounds like Marty Robbins. Am I wrong? I awake in this desert sun, lonesome heart and my tired gun remind me of a girl that I once loved. I walk down this broken road, away from you and into the cold, and I remember the last moments that we shared. We sat upon the cliff above the town where you once lived, and lanterns began to flicker. You wore your green dress, and I picked at my tattered vest, and in that moment I fell in love with you. And I kissed you for the last time, held the memory of your closed eyes, and I'll keep it forever. And I said, I will always love you, and we will meet again soon, across the desert, across the world, anywhere for you. I mounted my stallion, I turned my head to the wind, that dusty wind calling me away from you. And I pulled out my weapon and I fired into the shadows. Let my body fall, let my heart break, let me sleep. I awake in this desert sun, lonesome heart and my tired gun remind me of a girl that I once loved. I was riding number 9, heading south for Carolina. So blue, they took me, I got in trouble, I had to roam. I left my gal whistle blow. Just a kid acting smart. I went and broke my darling's heart. I guess I was too young to know. I'm gonna stop that one, but thank you. I tried to learn that one last night, and that was way too train wrecky. So we're gonna stop, but thank you guys. Thank you.
Wasn't that an incredible song you wrote, though? It was awesome. We're going to switch out here because Avon's got to hit the road. I'm going to switch out to my little amp here and just do a couple. I've got a couple of, about 3 requests. I always want to honor those. So give us about 5 minutes or so here.
All right, everybody. In honor of Johnny B, please join me in this one-of-a-kind rendition of the classic song, Happy Birthday.
I lived over here.
You go. Happy birthday to
Take 2.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Johnny. Happy birthday to you.
Where does the love go? Do you know?
I'm talking about the pig. Oh my God, get over it. Oh,
Where does it hide? Where has it flown? Is there a place true love goes? Where does the love go? Do you know? I can recall a blushing bride. I can remember all the love inside. But disappointments took their toll. And expectations left us cold. She was my woman and I her man. Couldn't tell where she stopped and I began. That's what makes it hard to carry on. Living together, but all alone. So where does the love go? Do you know? Tell me where does it hide? Where has it flown? Is there a place true love goes? Where does the love go? Do you know? I never dreamed that we'd be here, where the love's so cold, there are no tears, where there are things you just don't want to know. And it's just easier to let it go. But when I stop and look around, I see folks like us all over town. We're not unique, we're not alone. We're just the way seems to go. So where does the love go? Do you know? Tell me, where does it hide? Where has it flown? Is there a place true love goes? Where does the love go? Do you know? Is there a place love abides? A place I can go and love I'll find. Is there a place true love goes? Where does the love go? Do you know? Where does the love go? Do you know? Thank you. I've written nothing but broken-hearted love songs forever. What is she talking about? I don't know if my buddy Aint remembers this, but this guy deserved. Look at all the gear that he brought here today, and is he not incredible? Give this guy a hand before he gets away. He's incredible.
That's the way about playing music.
Aint probably didn't remember this, but I've written a bunch of heartbreak, cheating love songs, you know. You kind of, you know, they say write what you know about. So, you know. But he challenged me. I don't know if he remembers. He challenged me to write a really song. He said, "Johnny B, can you write a song about true love, really true love?" I said, "Well, let me try." And this song's entitled "Always and Never." It's early morning and sleep eludes me as I watch you slumber. My heart is yearning to write down all the reasons why I'll love you forever, and how they all begin with always and never. You're always true. You never deceive me. You're always for me. You never are against me. You're always glad to see me, and you miss me when I'm away. You never want me to be gone a single day. You always accept me. You never judge me. You always heal me. You never hurt me. You always build me up, and you never tear me down. And when you look at me, you always smile and never frown. You always listen to me. You never ignore me. You're always happy for me. You're never jealous of me. You always forgive me. You're always patient, always kind. And when I fail to measure up, you never mind. You're always a giver. You never are a taker. And in this whole wide world, there's not enough paper to write down all the reasons why I love you more than ever. It's all because you always and never. So let me give them back to you in this feeble attempt I'm making. The things my heart must say should I die before you're waking. How long will I love you? Will I ever not adore you? The answers are always and never. Yes, the answers are always and never. Melinda, we've got a poet here, by the way, as well as a, what do you call it, gardener extraordinaire, green thumb from...
I took a bunch of pictures of yours, and you don't look like you're doing too bad.
Well, you know, those were planted by the people I bought this house from. I mean, I actually transplanted. They were all out front.
Yeah.
And the lady had told me that she had these special irises she imported from somewhere. I never could find them, but there was a part right out there in front where that log is there, and that's our little doggy cemetery. It was just huge weeds everywhere, just grown up 4, 5, 6 feet tall. So I cut them down, and I got to the bottom, and here's all these irises. So I transplanted them along the fence there and here, and they've just continued to go on.
Big. You know how big they are.
Melinda, I just wish I could do as well with the plants inside.
You will. I gave you a star.
I know, and I appreciate it.
I gave a little plant side.
Lily.
Can't hold him like the damn. It'll make it. I feel like.
Truman Jones, I think he left because he loves Western music more than anybody I've ever known. And I think he loves that song, Six Gun Slim, like I said. But he asked me one day to write a song about the prairie. And I said, Truman, every song about the prairie has been written. And he goes, well, okay, if you can't do it. You know, and that's the perfect thing to say to me. So I thought of the most famous prairie song I know of, and that song is Bury Me Not on the Lone Prairie. That's just classic Western ballad. And but as I researched the song, I found out it's not a Western song in origin at all. It's not even about the prairie. This song came over from the old country, England, where it was a sailing song. And that line, oh, bury me not on the lone prairie, in the original is bury me not in the deep, deep sea. So I went, well, maybe I could combine that sailing idea. Maybe they could write about a sailor who grew up on the prairie. And as he's out there tossed and turned on the waves, that he's longing for that. So the song's entitled, The Prairie Will Always Sing to Me. As I look out o'er this rolling sea, my heart carries me back to that wide prairie in the tall grass sweet. As a youth I lay, and that prairie sang all of my cares away. I'd lay low and still, hear the bison's pound and the pronghorns leap o'er that prairie ground. I'd hear the badgers bark and the coyotes howl and the prairie chickens coo midst the hooting owls. So as I stand my watch, tossed and drenched by the waves, oh, I think of the miles and my ill-spent days. but I'll not be forlorn, despite these angry seas, for the prairie will always sing to me. When besieged by gales, no tempest I see, nor the decks awash from the torrent's fury. I feel the prairie breeze, see the switchgrass wave, and the prairie dog burrow in his little cave. And even in the squall, when for my life I fear, it's the meadowlark's flute-like song I hear, not the storm's discordant cacophony, but a sparrow, hawk, and bobolink symphony. So as I stand my watch, tossed and drenched by the waves, I think of the miles in my ill-spent days. But I'll not be forlorn, despite these angry seas, for the prairie will always sing to me. Yes, the prairie will always sing to me. So we're going to pick it up a little bit.
Well, make it sadder.
Make it sadder.
Make it sadder.
I told you earlier, I do the sad songs, I write pitiful. So. Before you leave, go around to my porch and look at the piece of wood above the front door. That was here when I bought the place.
Thank y'all coming out.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. We gotta do this some more, y'all. It's too much fun. Bye-bye.
So, you will read there these words. Life is better on the Caney Fork.
Yeah.
And my oldest daughter, Katie, who couldn't be here today, she's out of town, started this song, got me just a little bit going, and then I was able to finish it. And but I have to give her the credit for coming up with the idea. She kept telling me, you got to write a song that life is better on the Caney Fork. So here we go. Now, when you get to the chorus, I hope y'all will sing along. Well, meet me on the river, baby, I'll be there. On the Caney Fork, ain't going nowhere. I got beer and a boat and 2 old dogs. Living on this river is high on the hog. Yeah, life is better on the Caney Fork. Leave your cares behind and your wine uncorked. The sweet winding river will carry you away. And just like me, you're gonna want to stay forever and a day. Just a little south of Sparta, where the Cane Creek flows into the lazy river where I dip my toes. Yeah, day or night, come a rain or shine, I'm on that river or it's on my mind. 'Cause life is better on the Caney Fork. Leave your cares behind and your wine uncorked. The sweet winding river will carry you away. And just like me, you're gonna wanna stay forever and a day. Come sunset, we'll sit on the old porch swing, listening to the crickets and the froggies sing. As lightning bugs sparkle in the trees, our hearts dancing too with the evening breeze. 'Cause life is better on the Caney Fork. Leave your cares behind and your wine uncorked. The sweet winding river will carry you away. And just like me, you're gonna want to stay forever and a day. When you first see the moon and stars so bright, you'll never want to see again no city lights. Yeah, once the Caney Fork has captured your soul, ain't no place on earth you'll ever want to go. 'Cause life is better on the Caney Fork. Leave your cares behind and your wine uncorked. The sweet winding river will carry you away, and just like me, you're gonna want to stay forever and a day. Forever and a day. Forever and a day. True. I give God such praise
You're
for.
gonna have to add a verse about your chickens now.
Yeah, I do. Those ladies are gonna be disappointed if.
We'll write a whole song about chickens.
Yeah. Now these two guys over here, I'm going to tell you what they're talking about. This is my dear friend and neighbor who's been helpful today with shuttling folks, Bob Aiken, and my dear friend Alan Henry, who I graduated high school with. Both of these guys are retired Delta airline pilots. So they're over there talking way above our heads, if you know what I mean.
Go around, go around.
I'm going to find that little thing.
For years I played with the original Balladeers were Ken and Sarah Frizzell, who have both passed on now. That 98 pickup that you see, that black one right here, was Ken Frizzell's. Now, I have never bought a car in these circumstances, our truck, but I always told Ken only took that thing. That's a 98 GMC pickup. It has 90,000 original miles on it, and I have put most of those on there.
Ready to sell it?
Ken would drive it to town every now and then, and Ken and Sarah were married for 66 years, and Ken passed away. And he'd always said that when he couldn't drive anymore or something happened, he'd sell it to me. Well, I waited the appropriate amount of time and went to Sarah, and these folks were so much in love in their late 80s. It was incredible. They always referred to each other as sweetheart and all this stuff, something I just really envied. And Sarah couldn't part with anything of Ken's, nothing. She had to have his stuff around her. She had to have that truck sitting in the carport. She had to have all his possessions. She was just so in love with her husband. And well, Sarah passes away, and I'm at her funeral visitation. And I'm up there by her casket, and she looks beautiful, and she was like 87 years old. And I'm talking to her son, and he said, Johnny B., my mother told me the first time I saw you, and she figured it'd be at the funeral here, that she wants you to buy that truck. And I felt a little odd standing over her corpse, shaking hands with her son, and buying her truck. But it's what she wanted, and so I've had it ever since. But the other member of our group, who is 90 and still pretty perky, although he's legally blind and about deaf, he's a mandolin player that has moved to North Carolina so his daughters can take care of him. Billy Yearwood. You see those names up here? You see Billy Yearwood there, mandolin. And I get song ideas from all over the place. And Billy comes in one day, we used to play at the Reedyville Mill for years, and we're setting up, and Billy says, Johnny B., I've got an idea for a song. He said, what do you think about this line? And this is so true. Think about this. This is really profound on my birthday to say this, but think about this just a second. You're older than you've ever been and younger than you'll ever be.
True.
I went, wow. Well, I couldn't find a way to make it the title, but I made it the key line in the chorus to this song that is also one of those lesson songs. It's called There Ain't No Better Time to Make a Change. And when I talk about a guy in the last verse named Don, I want to see if any of y'all are old enough to remember who I'm talking about. This is like that song, If You're in a Rut, Quit Digging. This is a lesson song. Well, it's true you've had your ups and downs. Instead of smiles, you tend to frown. And you feel like this is all there'll ever be.
Even folks you know have told you so, that staying put is apropos, and thinking you'll change is pure insanity. But what's really insane is doing the same and hoping things will somehow change. It's the dad blame same as sitting on your duff. You've made your bed, now lie in it is just a way of saying quit. So listen up when you finally had enough. You can't go back to the beginning, but you can make a brand new ending. Your life can be changed and rearranged. You're older than you've ever been and younger than you'll ever be. There ain't no better time to make a change. Always waiting until the time is right is hoping for a life rewrite. You've done enough don'ts and said you did. Do something even if it's wrong. Reminds me of another song, and it's good advice for the rut you're digging in. If you take it, you'll come to realize you've analyzed till you're paralyzed. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, ain't living its life postponed. You can bet regret begets regret, so to make sure that the best is yet, stop waiting on luck and start making your own. You can't go back to the beginning, but you can make a brand new ending. Your life can be changed and rearranged. Oh yeah. You're older than you've ever been and you're younger than you'll ever be. There ain't no better time to make a change. Here comes Bob, here comes Alan. Who am I talking about here? To reverse your spiraling downward flight, find the switch, turn out the lights. The pity party's over and done, my friend. Dandy Don had more than the gift of gab. He knew in life you had to take a stab if from the pit you intend to ascend. And just like the little engine that could replacing bad with something good, it all begins with thinking that you can. So if you've caught the drift of this little tune, you'll sing along and with me croon, get your behind off the divan and make a plan. You can't go back to the beginning, but you can make a brand new ending. Your life can be changed and rearranged. You're older than you've ever been and younger than you'll ever be. There ain't no better time to make a change. No, there ain't no better time to make a change.
John, this one right here wants to sing if you don't mind.
Well, sure, I don't mind. Let me do. I can look for this last song I want to do.
Okay, I'm just going to sing the full by Lee and Walmart. You don't know me, but I know who you are. Do you mind if I sit down? And do I look familiar? If I don't, well, I should. I'm sure you've seen me around. And I know you've probably heard my name, though we've not been introduced. 'Cause I'm the fool in love with a fool who's still in love with you. If you've got a minute, I'll buy you a drink, 'cause I've got something to say. It might sound crazy, but last night in his sleep, I heard him call out your name. And this ain't the first time he's done it before, and it's hard to face the truth. 'Cause I'm the fool in love with a fool who's still in love with you. I know love is a fragile thing, and I'm trying hard to make it last. But it ain't easy holding on to my dream when he's holding on to the past. Just one more thing before I go. Well, I'm not here to put you down, 'cause you don't love him, and that's a fact. Girl, I've seen you around, but you hold his heart in the palm of your hand, and it's breaking mine in two. 'Cause I'm the fool in love with a fool who's still in love with you. Thank you.
It's amazing how many famous colloquialisms or phrases or sayings come from a song. And this is one I bet you'll know right off the bat and can probably sing along with, because you've probably heard this a million times, but I bet you didn't know. It came from an old Scottish folk song. No one knows its origin, no one knows its author. But I was blessed on my, was it 68th birthday, was it, Molly? To go to Scotland with my kids, and we stood on the banks of the largest loch in Scotland, Loch Lomond. And this song's entitled "The Bonnie Banks of Loch Lomond." And I'll go ahead and tell you why this chorus line will be so familiar to you, but more the meaning behind it. It's a Scottish, I don't know if you call it tradition, but a belief that when someone dies, they must return to their home. And they must return by the low road. But since the dead can travel much faster than the living, being a spirit, even taking the low road, the dead can get in Scotland afore ye. And you'll also recognize why the singer has to be someone who's passed on, because, well, you'll see when he talks, or he or she talks about never seeing his loved one again, at least in this world. By yon bonny, bonny banks, by yon bonny, bonny breeze, where the sun shines bright on Loch Lomond, where me and me true love will never want to gae, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Oh, ye'll take the high road and I'll take the low, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. But me and me true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. 'Twas there that we parted, in yon shady glen, on the steep, steep side of Ben Lomond, where in purple hue the Highland hills we view, and the moon coming out in the gloaming. Oh, you'll take the high road and I'll take the low, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. But me and me true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. The wee birdies sing, and the wildflowers spring. In the sunshine the waters are sleeping, but the broken-hearted kins nae second spring again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Oh, ye'll take the high road and I'll take the low, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. But me and me true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. But me and me true love will never meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. A fantastic song. Fantastic song. Two more folks, I'm going to let you go. I just appreciate y'all hanging around. I love this part of the day. This is where I spend every evening when I can. out in that patio, and often with a fire, as you've seen. I actually bent 2 of the legs of the fire pit up, and I had to get out there today and push them back down so it gets semi-level again. But I actually fell completely in the fire, like Molly said, because the worst burn I've got is here on the inside of this leg, and it's literally, you can see where it was, my leg was resting on the lip of the fire pit as I was in it, and it just scalded it bad. So I've got a new word for hot tub, but it's nothing new. I have this strange way of hurting myself all the time, you know. And matter of fact, we wanted to talk. We hadn't seen each other in a long time, so she said, "Go ahead and get your song done, Dad." And so then I did that, and then we sat there for probably 2 hours talking, and then, of course, I like to blame it on the log, but Johnny Walker had a lot to do with it too.
Johnny W.
Moon River, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. You dream maker, you heart breaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. 2 drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows in, waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, River and me. That is a song from Breakfast at Tiffany's. Starred Audrey Hepburn and George Peppard. And you all know Audrey Hepburn from My Fair Lady. She wasn't allowed to sing any of those songs in My Fair Lady. They were all overdubbed by a professional singer. But in Breakfast at Tiffany's, she actually sings this song herself. And she's sitting on a window ledge with a little guitar and sings it so sweetly. It's just really beautiful. But the folks at Paramount, once they got the final cut, were going to cut that song. And she went to the songwriters, and who I'll call here in a minute. They're very famous. Johnny Mercer, and but they just basically communicated to Paramount that Audrey Hepburn had told them, "You cut that movie, it's going to be over cut that song, it's going to be over my dead body." And they said, "And we're going to join her." And so Paramount relented, and it's in the movie. So next time you see Breakfast at Tiffany's, you'll hear Audrey Hepburn. I think it's the only time she actually ever sang. It's recorded. Moon River, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. You dream maker, you heart breaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. 2 drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows in, waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, Moon River and me. So, I'm going to close out with another original tune that is very appropriate for somebody turning 70. I actually wrote this song, let's see, 2012. I wrote this song when I was, Lord have mercy, a little tot, you know. So even at 61, when I wrote this song, I was having extreme amount of difficulty every morning when I would get up and look at the mirror at myself. And it was getting real scary. And I decided that I needed to have some therapeutic release, and I wrote this song. So this will be our closeout number. Autobiographical tune, definitely, okay? In this anti-aging race, I'm really falling off the pace. With each passing day, week, month, and year, I'm off brought to tears by what on my face appears. Something really bad is happening to my face. Well, every morning in the mirror, just one look gives me the shivers, 'cause there's parts of me where they ain't supposed to be. Yeah, this stuff's out of place, especially on my face. Things are changing on me exponentially. Well, first of all, there's hairs coming out of everywhere, except, of course, the places they should be. I tell you, people are starting to stare, and it really just ain't fair. Wondering each morning, how many new hairs will I see? In this anti-aging race, I'm really falling off the pace. With each passing day, week, month, and year, I'm off brought to tears by what on my face appears. Something really bad is happening to my face. Now there's bags under my eyes that have been supersized. Soon they'll qualify as gunny sacks. They've gone beyond droopy eyes, and in a year I can surmise they'll be heavy enough to throw my back out of whack. And speaking of my back, it's now prone to strange attacks that make me twitch, holler, jerk, and yelp. What's worse, I get no slack. Family sympathy I lack. They can't stop laughing when I beller out for help. In this anti-aging race, I'm really falling off the pace. With each passing day, week, month, and year, I'm all brought to tears by what on my face appears. Something really bad is happening to my face. Now, this is my favorite verse in the song. Also very true. There's a sag under my chin that scares me when I grin, and my grandkids tug on it every now and then. They think it's funny, but I don't, especially when I won't hang my head out the car so it flutters in the wind. I tell you, things are moving around for sure. I feel like furniture. My chest has dropped down into my drawers. And it's more than my neck that sags or them super-sized eye bags. This body reload thing has changed my whole contour. In this anti-aging race, I'm really falling off the pace. With each passing day, week, month, and year, I'm all brought to tears by what on my face appears. Something really bad is happening to my face. Now most of this I hide with large clothes, I put it inside. Yes, out of sight means truly out of mind. But it's my face that I most dread, 'cause it's stuck right there on my head. I can't hide it or get the thing retread. There's lots of spots and splotchy things. My earlobes look like wings, and my face looks like a map of Baltimore. It's like I had the thing shrink wrapped so the wrinkles overlap. I've got jowls that will soon touch the floor. And this anti-aging race that's really falling off the pace. With each passing day, week, month, and year, I'm all brought to tears by what on my face appears. Something really bad is happening to my face. Yes, something really bad's done happened to my face. Thank you, folks. God bless each and every one. I love you dearly for coming up here and sharing this special day with me. Thank you so much. I can't even express the gratitude that's in my heart. I'm not articulate or eloquent enough, but thank you. Don't forget to take home some Johnny B's Farm Fresh eggs. All right. Safe travels. God bless.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.